Hey, Bob Wise with Open for Business, and we are talking to George Gregory, the general manager of Lake of the Woods. George, how are you?
We're doing awesome today, Bob. How are you?
You know, I'm doing well. I was enjoying your website, which, by the way, is amazing. There's a commercial on there that you and I were talking about a minute ago that really showcases who and what you are. But for those that don't know, give a little lay of the land of what Lake of the Woods is.
So Lake of the Woods Resort, we're actually coming up on our 100th anniversary, or what we think is our 100th anniversary. The permit for the resort was issued by the Forest Service in 1925, but the cabins and the occupancy of the site here began around 1922 with like the first cabin being built. And you can still rent that cabin and stay in it today. We have 8 vintage cabins. Our lodge, restaurant, and bar that has just undergone a 12-year remodel process to turn it into what it is now. And we have 35 cabins. We have 22 RV spots with hookups. We also manage Lake of the Woods recreation area campgrounds in Sunset and Aspen, and the day use areas, and 4 Mile Lake as well. So really, we are a one-stop shop for recreation in Southern Oregon.
I love that line, you know, and on the website it says a premier rustic mountain resort in Southern Oregon. And, you know, it's funny because I've lived now in Southern Oregon for 16 years, and anybody that brings up Lake of the Woods resorts automatically kind of smiles when they say that, which says a lot about the work you're doing up there. And in the summer, I know you have a lot of entertainment as well.
Yeah, we have a weekly concert series in front of the lodge every Saturday beginning mid-June, running through, now it essentially runs through September. And we've really increased our fall business, try to spread some of the use out. And, you know, with the pandemic, I hate to bring that up, but we're seeing a huge increase in outdoor recreation, and Lake of the Woods Resort is doing everything we can to adapt to meet the demand from the public.
You know, you were mentioning a minute ago, George, that you have a banquet facility there as well that I don't think a lot of people are aware of, in a conference space for those that want to have business meetings up there. Talk about that for a second.
So we actually came up on a concept a number of years ago, and we in the lodge there's a conference room in the main floor of the restaurant, and then a smaller conference room upstairs that can accommodate 15 to 20 people. And we have the upstairs bar space, and we have a slogan. We call it "Meet in the Middle." So if you've got business in Klamath and business in Medford, it's a great spot to get your people together. And you know, winter, summer, you know, on a year-round basis. Although, like I said, right now we're dealing with the COVID, so we can't host indoor meetings. But we do a lot of company picnics. We do a lot of family reunions. We host all kinds of events, weddings. Oh my gosh, last week it was the Oregon State Snowmobile Association, which was perfect for, you know, an outdoor winter event.
Well, you know, I like the idea of meet in the middle. That's really, and now do they go online and can they book that? Should they call you? What does that look like?
So we just hired and are really enjoying working with the new event coordinator. Ursula Holland joined our team in that capacity about a month ago, and pulled off a wedding and the snowmobile convention last week, and is just a really dynamic woman who is working with our management team in the lodge and putting events together. So we've got some weddings this summer that were postponed from last year, and literally any kind of event you could think of, we can put it together and host it up here, whether it's indoor, outdoor. We have tents, tables. We have a beautiful lakeside gazebo for weddings. We have the picnic area out in front of the lodge that can accommodate up to, you know, 500 to 700 people, depending upon the type of the event. And lots of plans that we've just talked to the Forest Service about, you know, about increasing our event space in different locations and making improvements that will allow us to host even more diverse events.
So you mentioned to me earlier before we started this interview that about how many staff you have there. How many people do work out there?
So we're actually at the height of the summer season. Last year we had 105 employees. It takes about a dozen to run the campground facilities with support. We have a large maintenance department. We have a housekeeping department that has to keep our 35 cabins in top shape. The restaurant requires, our restaurant capacity now that the lodge is finished is 248 people indoors.
Wow.
So the service staff, the kitchen staff, we have a new executive chef that started here in September who is absolutely phenomenal and is just basically blowing us away with her creativity and adaptations with some of our classic menu items. And, it's just, we're still developing some offerings, and I see a lot of really good things coming out of the restaurant now.
George, I always love meeting people that feel like I do. I feel very fortunate to do what I do for a living. And man, I can tell you really enjoy doing what you do.
I do. I think I have like the best job ever. I moved my family up here in 1998 when I went to work for the Newmans. And I could have gone back to town and worked for them when they sold the property, but I just love it. And I love helping people have a great vacation. The family vacation is something that, everybody has fond memories of your childhood, but it's adapting and changing. People are buying RVs. Tent camping has evolved. Every aspect of it. We have a full service marina. We rent pedal boats, paddle boards, canoes, kayaks, pontoon boats, fishing. I mean, literally anything you can think of to do on the water, we probably have it or sell it. So,
well, for anybody watching this, if you haven't been in Lake of the Woods, you ought to go. It is absolutely beautiful. And George, we can't thank you enough for partnering with NBC5. And it's great to hear your enthusiasm of everything going on in Lake of the Woods. So we appreciate you very much.
Yeah, we hope people come out and enjoy it. We're open year round. We've just made that transition to year round operations this year. Kind of a tough year to do it, but we're surviving, and we're going to be here for another 100 years.
Well, come see us in Medford if you head this way, and I'll come have lunch out there sometime soon.
All right. Thank you, Bob.
Thank you very much.